I make the rules, it's my channel. Are you ready? Bad Grcaes. I have bought a book on Vinted. I have a parcel from Waterstones. It's this book. This is my anxious face. Happy birthday, Lukasz. Hello and welcome to the new week, welcome to the new vlog, and welcome to the new episode of the Hannah Show. The holiday is over. Today is Sunday, 28th of July. I'm officially back to work today, but I have a rest day, so I'm at home, and my actual first day at work will be tomorrow, and I start at 5 o'clock, which is not the best for the first day back after 2 weeks off. Let me show you. I want to show you this top. So I picked up this top from Grcaes. I don't know if you can see. Ta-da! Jason picked this top for me. It's a love gift, so thank you, Jason. I have just recorded a TBR for August. I have also created a new TBR game. That video is already up on my channel, so click in the links or in the cards and you'll see that video there. I think it's quite fun. In time, I would just have to readjust the rules and, you know, how I do things. So yeah, I'm excited for that because I could not for the life of me pick the books that I want to read in August. I was picking them up off the shelves and putting them back, and then I was just so it was hard. So I decided it's about time to do the game, create one, and I did. So enjoy that video if you want to watch. Blanket update. I'm making a blanket for my friend Monica, and I'm almost finished. I'm on my last yarn ball. I'm using the same pattern as I used for the blanket for my daughter, and it's kind of like this salmon and blue, and I think it's so pretty. It's so big already. It's this almost the size of a double bed, double UK bed, because I don't know if American sizes are the same. That's that. I need to find another project, and I'm thinking I need to start reading a book, but I think I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I have picked up 10 books for August. My game picked up 10 books for me for August, which I think is a lot, especially, you know, me doing a full-time job and everything. So I think I'm gonna cheat a little bit and I'm gonna start already. It's 28th, so we're only like 3 days off, so that's fine. I make the rules. It's my channel. The first book that I will be reading is Bad Grcaes, and this is a July locked library book. Beautiful sprayed edges. Top one is just navy, but this is gorgeous. I love sprayed edges. And let me show you the end papers. They're just like butterflies. No, they're like the mushrooms and like butterflies and things. Beautiful foiled hardback. It's about a group of girls that are on a yacht, and the yacht gets wrecked in somewhere at the coast of North America, and they end up in this forest. I think it's somewhere in Alaska. So not only they have to survive, there's also a strange monster in the forest. So it's this is a YA fantasy horror, and after reading Every Exquisite Thing, I really enjoy that genre. So I think it's going to be a good fit for me today, this month actually. And this is about 300 pages, so I think it's going to be a quick read. And yeah, so this is the book I'm gonna go for first. And also I forgot to show you, okay, let's unbox it because I just got my Evernight box yesterday. Yeah, so let's do it. Yes, so that came yesterday and I didn't have time to unbox it because I was busy making my board game, my TBR board game. So let's do it now. Are you ready? This is the theme. I'm so excited. So this is definitely different. It's a completely different additions to the books I've seen around of the same book that I've seen around. I love this cover. The cover is creepy. She's eating eyes. She's got eyeballs in a bowl. Anyway, so we've got this cover and it's nice and shiny where the blood splatters are. I love that effect. And this is the back. So let me show you the whole thing. Okay. So this is what it looks like. We of course have sprayed edges. We have the eyes, and at the top we have blood. I love this color. This is actually such a good color for blood, in my opinion. End papers at the front, at the back. This is the hardback cover. So this is, once you take the sleeve off, this is what the book is like. Of course, we have an author signature. I cannot wait to read this. That's gonna go on my TBR, and hopefully maybe next month I will be able to pick this up. Maybe one of the prompts will help with that. It is hot today and I bloody hate it. Oh, yellow warning for thunderstorms. I wish it rained and I wish it cooled down because it's absolutely terrible. It's like 30 degrees outside and I'm not a summer person. I want crunchy leaves, I want cold, I want mist in the morning, I want jumpers, sweaters, cozy knitwear, all that good stuff. I have bought a book on Vinted and it's A.M. Shine, The Creeper, and I've been talking about his books here on this channel. I've read The Watchers and I gave it 5 stars, and then recently I've read Stay in the Light. It's a sequel to The Watchers. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it and I was like, I need to read this guy's work. This is the 3rd book of his. The Stay in the Light comes out in October, I think, so it's not available to general public just yet, but I was lucky enough that NetGalley accepted me, and the publisher accepted me for an advanced reader's copy, and I enjoyed that. And then I have The Creeper, which sounds interesting as well. When I ordered it, I didn't even know what this book was about. All I knew is I liked the author and I wanted to read more. I enjoy his writing. I think it's creepy, superstitions and all the like folklore beliefs and stuff like this. I really enjoy that. I think that's why I really enjoy. And his writing is creepy and suspenseful, and I like it. The other thing that I enjoyed and I wanted to tell you about it is this book, All the Dead Lie Down. I don't know why. This is my library book, by the way. I don't know why I borrowed it. I think it was available and it was in the young adult horror section. And I was just like, okay, I'll just listen to this. And I enjoyed it. It was, in the beginning it was slow and then it picked up pace. And once certain things become obvious to the reader, then everything just started to make more sense, and I started enjoying this book even more than I did in the beginning. I really did enjoy this book. In the beginning it was a bit slow and I couldn't get into it, but then because I don't know, I don't know, there was something that was intriguing me about this story, and I didn't even read the synopsis, so I didn't even know that it was going to be about this. And it actually says that something, it actually says in a synopsis that it's something about bringing things back to life. So I didn't even know that, and I'm glad. This is one of the reasons why I don't like reading synopsises most of the time. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars, but for me 3 stars is a book that I liked, 4 stars is a book that I really liked, and I think this book falls somewhere in between. And also, what I've realized, and I'm so silly because I literally just realized it today. All That I Lie Down and Bad Graces that I'm reading right now are written by the same author. It makes sense. These books are written in a very similar style. Okay, so I've read 6 chapters. I'm on page 68. This one is a bit more to the point because basically, okay, let me just tell you. I'll give you a little, I'll tell you how far I got in the story. We start with these 2 sisters, Everly and Violet, and they are both foster kids. So they go from house to house. Everly is a good girl. She has good grades at school. She reads books. She's polite. She's nice. Parents love her. And Violet is the complete opposite. She's the rebel, she's the naughty one, she bends things and whatnot. So they kind of go from house to house, and they, one day, I think when they're 12 years old, on the 12th birthday, Everly has had enough. So Violet wakes up to Everly trying to suffocate her with a pillow, I think. They're being moved to another house again because of that incident, and it's kind of like a wake-up call to Violet, and she realizes that Everly hates her. I'm not sure what age they are now. Late teens, I would say 16, 17. Violet feels a little bit like an outcast, but she's a very talented writer. So she writes this piece and sends it off to the competition, but she uses Everly's credentials, so her grades from school and her kind of like references. She wins the competition and decides to run away and join this team. So they're supposed to do some filming in Alaska, and she won a 6-week internship with them. Instead of going on a plane to Alaska, last minute the plans change and they go on a yacht. So on that yacht, she meets a celebrity. She meets the actors. The owner of the yacht, Vincent, he's the big boss. So he is paying for all this. Violet feels a little bit like an outcast as well because she's so different than the other girls. Where I finished, there's a big bloody rogue wave coming at the ship, and it crashes them, and this is all I know. So I'm really liking it. It's written really nicely, and I think the same for the other one. I definitely want to get a copy of this book, All That I Lie Down, and also I think I am going to venture out and read more books by this author, because I think from the 2 books that, well, one that I'm reading and one that I've listened to recently, I think it's someone I would enjoy, especially when I don't need to like think too much about the story, think too much about what's going on, because it's written in a simple language, but also a nice language, a very romantic language, I think. I'm almost finished with the blanket. I have about, so I've done the frazzles. I don't know, what are the things that you put at the end? They're kind of like frazzly dazzly. Tassels, okay, tassels. So I've done the tassels yesterday on the side of the blanket, and I think I've done about 1/3 on the other side of the blanket. So I have 2/3 left to do, and the blanket will be finished. So I'll show you when it's finished, but maybe later I'll do it. Tomorrow I have a little bit of a later start, so I can stay up a little bit longer today and maybe hopefully do a little bit more interesting things today. Oh, blanket number 2 is done. It is so big. So big. I don't even know how to show you, but it's a double bed size, and I made tassels as well, and they look quite cool because basically, oh my god, it's so heavy. Basically, this yarn is kind of like a ombre, you can say. So the tassels go in like this ombre colors as well. It is so nice. I love it, and I'm sure Monika will love it too because it's for her. Woo! Yay! So there's this guy in this book, Vincent. He's like an old, not older, but he's a mature man, and he's the yacht that they wrecked, and the yacht was his, and he's a little bit of a creep. So basically the first red flag is like all these young girls on his yacht with this man. Anyway, so after they crashed on this island, there's this situation when he kind of goes a little bit like, I don't know, he has a moment. He has a little moment. I don't know if it's shock or whatever, but he's like, I don't know, he's just being an asshole. So these girls, they say, come on, leave, go, leave us alone. And he picks up his toys and he goes into this forest. And then the thing happens. And the thing that happens reminded me so much of Lost. I don't know if you've watched Lost. It was I think it was like 6 or 7 seasons of Lost when they crashed in an airplane on this island, and there was weird shit going on that island. And I used to love this series, and me and my daughter used to watch it like, ah. So it's just, yeah, I thought I'll come in, check in, and tell you that it reminded me of Lost. And I recommend this series because it was so good. Also, my eyes are really watery. I don't know why. I think I'm just tired and I really should be going to bed. But I actually enjoy this book so much. I'm really liking it. So I'm kind of like, you know, I can read for another half an hour or so, and I think I will, and then lights off and bedtime. I have another update, another similarity to something. So the two girls go in the forest and they see something, and they see something in a tree, and it reminds me of, I think it was called The Ritual by Adam Neville. I think this is his name, about these guys that went to Norway somewhere, and they were hiking, and one of them twisted his ankle, and they decided to take a shortcut through the forest. Bad idea. Never take shortcuts in a horror book or a movie. Anyway, so yeah, that reminded me of this. And also I feel like it's kind of, the description of the place is really interesting. There's this like dark forest with high trees, like pine trees, and everything is covered by this blue fungus, and there's these blue mushrooms growing everywhere. So it's, if I imagine this as a movie, I would imagine it as something like Avatar. Definitely, for sure. And to me, in my head, this wood is really, really pretty. Hello. My God, it's so hot. It's 4 o'clock and it's 28 degrees. And I would have loved it if I had a pool and didn't have to go to work. I have a parcel from Waterstones. It's big. It's very thick. Anyway, so what it is book 2 of The Crowns of Nyaxia. Ashes and the Starcast King. The naked cover is so pretty as well. So I have book 1 and I've ordered book 2 because I have book 1 in hardback and I wanted the other one in hardback as well. And then I know that after a certain time, when they don't make hardbacks anymore, it's only used copies or paperbacks, and I want my editions to match. So I got this hardback from Waterstones. I was actually making some pre-orders from Waterstones, and I've added this to basket as well. Let me see, I'll tell you what I pre-ordered. Ava reads A Lady Macbeth. This is an exclusive to Waterstones edition, signed by the author as well. That's coming out on the 13th of August, so soon. And then the next one that comes out on the 5th of September, Immortal Dark. Oh, it's a black vampire romantasy. On the 19th of September, what is coming out is All the Devils by Caitlin Wilson. A deliciously macabre slice of dark academia set as a sinister Ravenswood Academy. All the Devils sees a plethora of deadly lies, cover-ups and ancient magic conspire to thwart Andy's investigation into her sister's mysterious demise. One more, and that's coming out in January next year. Rebecca Yarros, Onyx Storm. I'm about almost halfway through. This book is good. I'm really enjoying it. It's giving me a bit of Lost vibes and also The Ritual by Adam Neville. I'm liking it, and I like the nature part in it as well. I feel like the nature, all the fungus and the mushrooms and everything that's in this forest will have a part to play in this, especially that they are on the cover as well, on the naked hardback. So I think like the fungus will have a part to play in this book, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I've read 11 chapters, there's 30. I'm really wanting to push through and read as much as I can today because it's so hot. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to chill. So I think I'm just gonna plonk myself on a sofa in front of the fan. It's even too hot to sit outside. I don't like when it's so hot. So I'm just gonna make myself a cold drink, plonk on the sofa and just read my book. Oh my days. There's this bit in the book that I've just read now that makes me gag. I'm loving this book. Hello. First thing, apologies for the washing machine noises. And I got up nice and early, went to the gym first thing in the morning, and then I needed a few things from Boots, and I picked this up. Oh my gosh, this thing smells so good. I was never a fan of body mists, but it just smells so good. It's lovely. It's tuberose and pear blossom. I picked this one up. I've booked an appointment for my haircut for next week, and when I do this I'll probably do my roots as well. And I've been having kind of like hit and miss situations with my toners, so I'm gonna try something else this time, and I picked this one up, so hopefully that would be nice, and if yes, then it's so much cheaper than the Redken one that I'm using. 1st of August today, it's my oldest son's birthday. He is turning 26 years old, and wow, happy birthday, Lukasz. I wish you all the best. You're such a good young man, and I'm so proud of you, and I love you so much, and I hope that all your dreams come true, and I wish you all the health and happiness you can ask for. Yeah, so that's a little birthday message. Book update. I haven't read yesterday, even though I planned to read in the bed, but I got distracted by TikTok. Surprise. We have 60 pages left to read, this much, and I'm loving this book. I'm absolutely loving this book. I'm gonna sit down now. I'm waiting for my laundry to finish, so I'm gonna sit down and finish this. 60 pages, maybe about an hour and a half of reading. So yes, let's do that. You guys, this book is so good. I'm not even joking. I'm feeling very anxious right now. I have 5 chapters left, and so far this book really provided. There's so much like bag horror and body horror and all that good stuff, and it's just creepy and fantastic and eerie in places, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love the characters. I love the girls that wrecked on this island, and the closer I get to the finish line, closer I get to the end, the more anxious I get, because to me this is a 5-star book, and there is 30 pages left, and I don't want anything to spoil this for me. I want this book to be 5 stars or 6 stars or whatever, because it's just so amazing, and I don't want anything stupid to happen now and spoil this for me. So this is my anxious face. I have finished this book. There's zero disappointment. I freaking loved it. 5 stars for Bad Graces by Kyrie McCauley. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. I flipping loved this book. I'm basically speechless. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into the story because I've already done that, but let me tell you what I think. My final thoughts. My final thoughts are basically, wow. I didn't think I was going to love it so much. This story is about 6 girls that end up on a deserted island after shipwreck, and there they have to learn how to survive and how to tend to the basic needs, basically how to get food, how to get water, but also pretty much in the beginning of the stay on the island, they find out there is a creature, a monster living in the woods, so they have to learn how to also survive that monster. And as the book progresses, they learn more about the monster. I'm not going to call it the monster anymore. They learn more about the creature, and deep down this book is about trauma, because each one of them went through certain trauma in the past. So this book is about that each of their own traumas and about healing, but also I think, and it's very visible in the example of Liv, it's about letting yourself heal. And I think it was so beautifully written. The language I found quite romantic and quite lyrical. Also, what I loved in this book is the descriptions of the nature, and especially all the fungi. The descriptions were written in this way that it was so easy for me to imagine the world. I actually managed to play it out like a movie in my head. There's quite a good amount of horror, especially body horror, and I actually found myself cringing and gagging a couple of times, and I absolutely loved it, because I love when the book gives me those feelings, like when the book makes me feel a certain way. To me, I'm here for it. To me, it's a 5-star book, basically. I don't know, generally I just found myself so immersed in this story and in this book, and it was one of those books that I found hard to put down. I read this over 3 afternoons, evenings or whatever, so to me it's like, it's such a good sign. This book was just, I don't know, it was fast-paced. In my opinion, it was fast-paced, and I actually really enjoyed reading it. About the characters, I actually liked the girls in the book. They were all different. Miri was a little bit bratty, but you know, it's fine. The fact that they were so different from one another, it made it more interesting. So for me, it was so enjoyable to watch how the things unfolded, how they got over the conflicts and different situations, and how they work together as a team. So this is a first person's point of view, and Liv is the one that tells the story. And Liv is actually the character that is described the most in this book. The other ones, they weren't as developed as Liv, but still, I found them all super lovable. I just felt for them. I felt when things were going wrong, and I was happy for them when things were going good. And I just felt emotional when they were going through different things. And yeah, I love this book. I love it. And I think you should read it too. Okay, so right now I actually don't know what I should do. I think I'm gonna keep this vlog as this book's specific vlog. I think I am going to close this vlog here. And I think I will do it this way from now on, and I think it will be then easy to find my opinions on books, and it will also save me doing a monthly wrap-up, because I think by the time the end of the month comes in and you have to summarize all your opinions, how you felt about the books, it's a little bit irrelevant, because I think like there's nothing better than actually talking about a book as you're reading it, or as you just finished it, because everything is just fresh. There are some books that I actually forget what they were about or how I felt about them, and then I have to go into my reviews and stuff. So I think I'm gonna close this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I convinced you to get this book. This book was just published in June, so it's very new. The version I have is a locked library edition. I am so happy I didn't skip this book. This book is literally right up my alley. I love how it made me feel, and I really wish you read it. If you do, and if you maybe you have already, please let me know in the comments what you thought about this book. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you liked it, please like this video, as it really helps me out to get my videos out to more people. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and do all the good stuff. My Goodreads and all my accounts are linked down below in the description box below. Hopefully I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.